daga shugaban ƙasa shege sun tara fintiri sun tara sun aje ko da yake bai sani ba laifinsa ba ne shi ma his excellency bai sani ba wannan namu ne ganiman mu kayan mu ne aka ba mu je mai mashin kaya na mu je baka kaya na keke na pay biyu yanzu na samu zuwa anjima kuma ina ƙara dawowa sawu na 4 kenan yanzu abun bare ta ƙarewa ba kowa da yake waje kowa ya fito.
Our food plenty there, oh. Plenty.
Food plenty.
Our food plenty for there.
A warehouse of 600 feet by 600 feet, full of COVID-19 products, was discovered today. Look at people struggling to pass. This incident has been going on since 7 a.m. As I speak with you, sources say the warehouse has not gone off. Palliatives that were supposed to be given to people during the COVID-19 period was hidden away in a warehouse, and Nigerians were dying of hunger and starvation. Look at this man struggling to survive.
Yes, can you imagine?
Look at him. Something that is supposed to be brought to his home.
This thing for the past 2 hours.
Look at it.
It is still full inside the warehouse.
You mean?
It's fully loaded. The warehouse is fully loaded.
Can you imagine?
Nigeria has more than enough. Nigeria has more than enough.
The Navy has collected their own. The armies have put their truck, collected their own. Immigration, custom, last man. And the warehouse has not gone half. The warehouse has not gone half. The warehouse has not gone half. Palliative for the poor. Stored away. This is October 21st, 2020. Palliatives that were supposed to be shared in May were stored away. Some of the products are even expired. Look at how people are struggling.
They are not expired though. 2021.
No, some of, you see.
They never expired. 2021.
Hello and welcome to At the Canal today, and we're going to be talking about the COVID palliative that is being looted in different warehouses here at the Canal. And my name is Precious Chukudi, and I have with me some beautiful ladies who will be joining me on this discussion. And my first co-host is
Agnes Joy Oloko,
and my second co-host is
Damilola Ogushaki.
It's good to have you guys around.
Very good. Also to be here.
Yeah, so as of last week when we saw this COVID looting and whatnot, it was looking like a joke. It was looking like something that was very funny. People were just literally catching crews, like I would like to say, with they're looting, they're carrying all the things that they were supposed to share and stuff like that. But I'd like to ask you, Dami, what exactly came to your mind when you saw people looting? Because it actually started in Lagos first.
Mm-hmm.
When you saw that people were going into warehouses and they started taking out the things according to them, it is our rights, taking out their rights. What exactly came to your mind?
So exactly what came to my mind when I first saw it was like, what? Where is this thing coming from? Is it really coming from Lagos? Are you sure? Is it still for COVID or for something else? Is it still COVID-19 palliative? Because I really was not sure. Because we're talking about COVID, May, April, when the problem was outside, and we saw people, really, really in need of food then. And we saw the way the foods were distributed, like in the community, the CDA just getting 4 derricas of rice, 2 derrica of beans, just one sachet of granite oil. That's a small one, and you just be wondering, okay, for first, how do you want to share it? And you're just seeing this warehouse where people have been looting. I think they were there for like 4 hours. People getting cartons of noodles, and I saw the person showing the room where she stored these things that she got from there. And then I was wondering, where is this thing coming from? Where is this thing coming from? Where are these things? Where have they kept them? So that was what I was wondering. And you know, funny enough, people were just like, then we didn't really take it serious. So we're just like, okay, no, they're just taking their rights, and it's just okay, it's not looting, it's just distribution. They are just getting their stuff. They are just getting this thing. So that was all I just thought it was.
Okay, let me come in there, because the main idea of COVID was basically Dangote and a group of his other friends, that's some other people who felt like, okay, they wanted to assist the government in ensuring that, you know, where the government's hands will not be able to reach, their hands will be able to reach the people, you know. So they came together, formed a committee, that's COVID, which is Coalition Against COVID-19. So they decided that, okay, this was the time where they wanted to put in, you know, their own monies, you know, and see how they can help people during the COVID-19 pandemic. And seeing what's been going on so far, I'd like to ask you, Agnes, the looting of the COVID palliatives, what picture does it really, you know, paint of our society really?
It's the COVID palliative. The picture it paints shows that people are really hungry. Like the poverty is increasing day by day, because that's what the picture really paints. You know, if everybody was doing well, do you think those people struggling to get something from the warehouses will come out? No, but it's really showing that a lot of people are not really doing okay. They are not really living fine. That's what it means.
All right, you know, like speaking about people not living fine, well, you know what the experience was like during COVID-19 pandemic.
Yeah.
How people, I remember, you know, growing up a lot of times, like some, you know, media houses were basically running packages of where they would tell people to win a certain amount of money. They would, you know, give it to them, just to, you know, help them. You know, they call it breakfast money, you know, dinner money, stuff like that, just so that they can, you know, help to cushion the effects of what COVID-19 is basically, you know, doing in, you know, in our society basically. And you know, with all this happening now, you know, with this palliative being in warehouses, you know, well, last week was really a very, very, you know, challenging week for us. In between, we get to hear that there are warehouses where COVID-19 palliatives are stored, you know, all these things. And then I also saw one very interesting report of where Governor Fayemi came out and said that some of these, you know, palliatives are very harmful. You know, they are not good. They are not good for consumable. Like, they're not good for consumption rather. And he came out and said that one. And a lot of people came back to say, how can you say that? Because, for example, I saw a particular video of where a lady posted, you know, the Gary that she saw from the palliative and whatnot, and then she brought out Gary. It was looking like mold. Like, it was looking so dark. I don't know if you guys saw something like that.
I saw the video.
And then, so, you know, it still comes down to our mind now. I know everybody is quick to, oh, let me pick my own. I don't, you know, I mean, the warehouse is like Father Christmas already for everybody, you know, those who are even closer to the warehouse. And, you know, to an extent, it makes it feel like everybody literally is looking for a warehouse around them.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, okay, could it be here? Could it be there? You know, where would it be? Now, I want us to talk about the possibility that some of these things that these people might be, you know, might have taken home could be harmful to their bodies, you know, because if, you know, Fayemi mentioned it, then I think it's something that we really need to talk about.
So are you talking about you know, the fertilizers that were taken, or you're talking about the palliatives instead of the food
palliative?
Okay, now you're talking about it that you know, some of the Gary they've voted now. Do you think these people have the right to tell us that these things are bad? Because definitely when we are talking of Gary, we are not going to say Gary takes just 1 month to get spoiled if it's in the bag. It takes months. So now we've seen reports where of course government, many officials have come out to say that, okay, no, these things came in September, and of course they're supposed to be given out October. And now we are seeing people coming online to say, this Gary, look at the state of the Gary, and they're still inside the bag with the COVID. You can't say they rebagged it all. They poured it inside the bag, and it's just a rumor.
No,
but we can see that this is bad now.
Yeah.
These things are bad. Now, are you going to tell me that they should still tell them? Let them look at it by themselves. They are taking these things because people are hungry. Nigerians are hungry.
Yeah,
Many people are falling below the poverty lane.
Yeah.
So when you are falling below the poverty lane, do you know many people 001?
Yeah,
They're just looking for something to eat a
anything.
day, even
Yeah.
if it is just Gary. And they saw this opportunity. Many people took that opportunity. Though we are not saying that it's right. I'm not saying that it's right, but these things have been kept there for long. What are they?
Very
What were
long
they
time.
hoping to use it for? You understand what I'm telling you? What were they hoping to use it for? If Gary has been stored in a place for a long time and it got that bad, and we're looking at it till it got bad, meanwhile people were hungry, things people would have eaten to survive.
What I heard about that Gary incident was the fact that because of they wanted to get it to the right people, immediately they made sure that as it was coming out from production, they just rebagged it immediately, and that might be one of the reasons why it's
Okay, in a week or in a month.
I really don't know the time.
That's
frame,
what
but then
we still need to
that's
learn.
what they said.
Even if they are just making it and they repackage it, even if they are just making the curry and they package it, that doesn't give room for the curry to get spoiled immediately. It's not up to a month. They said September and we are still in October, according to them. So to me, I don't think that's an excuse for the curry to get spoiled immediately.
Okay.
It shows it has been stored for a very long time.
Okay, now I also saw that some of the informations that came out from this whole people looting the warehouse was the fact that they said that they were receiving this whole palliative in batches. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
And now with the whole protest that was going on, they were hoping that after the protest they would share these things. What do you think? What do you think?
Okay,
about
funny enough, when this thing came in September, we actually did not hear anything about it. You understand
So
what
are
I'm
you
telling
faulting
you?
issues of transparency?
Communication. I'm talking about a faulty issue of communication, transparency. Because if these things have been there, trust me, if a person or maybe 10 persons have gone to that place to break that warehouse, Nigerians will protect that place.
Yeah.
People will protect it because they know it's for the widows and it's for people. But nobody knew about this. Definitely, you expect people to think that, okay, when COVID, when they were sharing some palliative to people, that's when it's been stored. That's if the fact they're sharing to us is actually right. You understand? Because we, of course, definitely we're not investigating. They know what is the fact. Okay, and we are trying to go with what they are saying. But if it is the fact, they should have made it known to people. Okay, that these things, we are going to share it. Okay, in a month's time, we're going to start sharing food for widows, to widows. Now, people, how many widows are actually aware of this? How many people, and we heard they said 50 persons have registered, or so people have registered. Okay, these people that are registered, how come we are not aware about it online? People didn't hear about it. So who are the people that registered?
All right.
Nobody heard about it. I'll go with what Dami said. Seriously, if they had communicated earlier that we are having some palliatives and at exactly this time we are going to give it out to these particular people, I don't think those people will go to break the warehouses. And to me, in my own thinking, I think they were not even expecting to meet palliatives in those warehouses.
All right, we're still speaking about the palliatives and all it entails. Now, one of the biggest questions that is basically on the mind of you, me, and every other person watching out there is the fact that how did people discover that there was a warehouse?
No,
how did people discover that there was a warehouse where COVID-19 palliatives are in? Who told them? Was it sponsored? Do you understand? Was it a sponsor? Was it something? And again, another thing too is, was it a sort of distraction against what has been happening too with the protests and everything? Because it happened too soon, really. Do you understand? When we're going through what we're going through as a country, and next thing, there's a discovery of a warehouse where people are, taking out COVID-19 palliatives. These are questions on people's mind. What do you think, Agnes?
To me, I can't really say if it was sponsored and if it wasn't sponsored, because it's a two-faced thing. It's two-sided. But I would say, initially, some persons might just go to the warehouse to break for them to get maybe food,
Do you know
because
that
that's the main.
Okay, sorry. Do you think that there's a chance that maybe some of all these people that they might have used to, put some of these things in the warehouse, like, obviously the government can't just carry it and put it by the they need the hands of young people around to move these things into those warehouses. Do you think there's a chance that those people might be people who would have leaked it out and say, there's a warehouse where all these COVID things are being packed?
Yeah, that can come in. It can still be those people, since they believe that okay, now the youths are ready to take action. You get it? They are out to enter, they are out to protest. Why we they keep palliatives and we are still here suffering? We know, we are aware that there are palliatives. It's very possible that those people were still the ones who went to tell the others. And from one warehouse, they discovered a lot of food. Why not move to the next warehouse? You don't know what's being stored in there. So I believe that too can go with it, not really being sponsored by anybody.
All right,
those group of people.
All right, Demi, I'd like you to respond to what she just mentioned.
Well, I would like to agree with the statement when she said, this thing is two-faced. We can say it's, it could be a distraction, some sort of distraction to another level. But these old things started from the warehouse in Monkey Village, when it was, looted, when it was opened. And, when this thing happened, I think it was early in the morning when this thing happened, and they were vandalizing many things there. That was when they were vandalizing properties. So definitely, it could be just one person that saw this thing happening and that saw them offloading these things, that actually told the others, oh, you know how guys, people are, there's a warehouse there, let's go there, let's see if we can take something. And from there, one person saw them, from there, another person saw them. Immediately that place got vandalized that day, immediately that place got looted. Nigerians started asking, please, where is the one in Oshu? Please, where is the one in this? Please, where is the one in Ikorodu? People started asking, and you'll be hearing, oh my God, I hope it's in my backyard. You understand? So it's just from one place, and definitely one person started this thing. So the ones in other states, definitely, when people saw how large the warehouse in Lagos was, the one at Monkey Village, they started looking for warehouses that were just big. Generally, that was why they looted the one with fertilizers, not just the ones with food. So I guess that was what started it generally. So we can just say, to some extent, it's a form of distraction, but if it's actually a form of distraction, I don't think it has really distracted people enough, because even though people are talking about the palliatives, they're still talking about the NSAS protest, and they're still talking about the violence, because definitely if that thing that started at Monkey Village, if it was actually successful, it was a form of distraction, it was successful, definitely that of course the vandalism would have stopped immediately they discovered that thing that morning, but it still went on happening in other states and people still went on looting.
All right, you mentioned Ikorodu, and I'm going to focus on that right now, because there's actually like a senator that's Sana Agumiade, and one of the things that, so it happens to be that his house was vandalized, and they saw COVID-19 palliative, and they took out all those things. Now there's something that he made mention of that actually made everybody wonder that what is really going on, when he said that he was hoping to give out these palliatives during his birthday. So people are asking, and they're like, okay, you've had this palliative since, is this supposed to be a souvenir really? I mean, this is something that you're supposed to give to the people for them to, have, for it to like help their standard of living. And you're looking at it from the area of, oh, my birthday is coming soon, why don't I share this as a souvenir? So people see you and then, do what? Do they thank you for giving them, COVID-19 palliative that was put together by some group of Nigerians who feel like they want to, alleviate the poverty level in the country? What do you think about that, Dami?
Okay, so definitely, I actually read someone's response on Twitter, and the person was like, "Oh man, this man really did not want to share anything on his birthday," because definitely we are trying to use COVID-19 palliatives. When you're celebrating your birthday as a politician, or as someone that you respect in the society, you see people expecting to get a drink from you, expecting to get something, and when you're not saying that I want to use the COVID-19 palliative, as a package, as a souvenir for people that are coming, man, it's really disappointing, because I don't know what to say. Seriously. This is something that is supposed to go, from the government, from those private people that came together, you know, to form this organization to
This
help
is not
people.
even a government
No,
thing.
I'm okay. I'm just talking, this private
coming
people, the
from a
people that
group of
came,
people.
a group
Yeah.
of people that
Yeah.
came together, you know, to sponsor. These are the people that they're supposed to be saying thank you to. You understand? Because these
Yeah.
things came from their profit, from their business, and they are saying and you want to get it. You know, get the thanks because it's your birthday. What are we going to say about this? Are you still going to give it with the car COVID and say, okay, take
Yes,
because you came
for
to
my
visit me
birthday.
for my birthday and you want to give it to 50 widows? This shouldn't be coming from him.
You know what this reminds me of? It just reminds me of, for example, you're trying to celebrate your birthday, and maybe because you went for someone's burial, they gave you like enough packer and
Yeah,
you
you're
know,
trying to
and
save
mugs, and you now save those
No,
things.
man,
and
I hate those
on
gifts.
your
I don't like
You are
that. They
trying
carry
to save
packer
it for
everywhere.
your
and
birthday.
on
Yes.
your birthday, instead of giving actual souvenirs,
Yeah.
you start
You're just
sharing,
sharing it.
you know, and people start to see, maybe rest in peace. They're like, no, what's going on here? This is supposed to be your birthday and not, you know, something that is like,
Yeah.
they can't correlate what's
Yes.
going on really. And then when I saw that, I was amazed. I was like, how does, you know, someone who is supposed to be in a position of authority, who is supposed to be someone that people are supposed to look out for or look up to and say, this man has our ears, has our voice, you know, he will be there speaking on our behalf. How do you think like that to say you want to, you know, give out COVID palliative as your own, you know,
gift.
as your own thank you for coming? I think that's what they say.
That's
right?
that's
Thanks
the
for
right
coming,
word.
yeah.
No, it's a form of charity on your birthday because he said he wanted to give it to 50 widows. About widows, I don't know that really 50, but it's like a form of charity. Charity, you are using something that is coming from people to do charity. So it's a form of charity.
And it
Not
has
really
a name
thanks
on
for
it.
coming, but of course we have people that will get
COVID-19.
thanks for coming.
All right, let's also look at the senator that's from Ibadan. You know, they came to his house and then they, you know, took out about 300 motorbikes. I remember I saw that video, you know, where I saw about 3 people carrying motor like Okada. There 3 people were carrying Okada, one after the other, and I'm like, what's going on? Just like, remember, I'm like thinking that how will they share this Okada now? Are they going to take? Is somebody going to take the wheel or the best way? Because it was so funny. And then somebody said, "No, now you think about it. Now they won't take this thing. They will just sell it and then share the money."
Yeah.
And I'm like, where did we just get it all wrong? And then we decided to. Because another thing that we also need to look at is the fact that, you know, when this, you know, according to the man, he said he bought it with the constituency's allowance to be distributed at a later date. So he bought it with his, you know, constituency allowance so that he can.
Not from his pocket, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So now the question is, why do these people now have to be people who have, you know, monies to buy these things instead of it to come from a direct contractor and be passed? And another thing too we need to also look out for is that every time when they say they are doing this poverty alleviation scheme or something, they give people grinders, they give them, you know, keke, you know, they give people Okada.
This sewing machine stuff
Yes.
that
Yeah.
people put on their shoulders.
Yeah.
Now
You know,
they
to go
give
about-
them all these things that eventually the same, you know, government that is giving them these things will now eventually ban. For example, now Okadas, we don't have them anymore.
In Lagos.
You know, they only move from
Banned.
street to street. They are not out there. So like now you're trying to do a poverty alleviation scheme, and the next thing you give people these same things that in a couple of maybe some few months you're going to ban.
Banned it.
You understand my point exactly?
Yeah,
What do you think
understand.
about it, Agnes?
To me, I think those things they are using it as an excuse, because you cannot tell me you have 300 motorbikes in your house and you are keeping it for a particular time to distribute it. Is it that you've tagged the people, or let's say the youth, because I know mostly to go for the youth if you were to distribute it? Is it that you are tagging the youth or to become Okada riders? There are better ways to elevate poverty in the country. You can make factories, you create factories where people will come out and work. And that's why you see a lot of graduates these days, they are the Okada riders. When you go very close to them and you discuss, you find out that some of them, they are master degree holders. You get it? And the thing is that you will give them this bike. Within how many months, they will announce that they've banned Okada in Nigeria. So what are you trying to create? You are still taking those people back to square one, which you were trying to bring them from. So to me, I think those bikes, if there is a way that they will pack it, they should please go and pack it. Those people carrying 3 people carrying one. No, everybody should go and carry their own, please. Seriously.
Oh my God!
At this point, like,
Serious.
everybody should
They
go and
should go
carry
and
their
carry.
own.
Yes,
It's
they
just
should
so
go and
funny.
carry their own.
All right,
Seriously.
Dami, I'd like you
Okay.
to respond to what she just said. Now.
Okay, responding to what she's saying actually about getting the bicycles, the bikes. I think I really don't support you getting these manual stuffs for youths.
Yeah.
What do you take youth for? That is the question. Do you take us as people who are just going to continue doing manual labors? Why not get infrastructures? You will benefit from it. Nigerians' GDP will benefit from it. Everybody will benefit from this stuff. And you are telling me that riding bikes, where at every bus stop they are going to get money from them. Of course, we have the Agberos outside that will collect money from them, get their own money from them. You tell them to take bike. You give them stuff that they will keep running all over the sun without having a sense of thinking.
All right, let's
That
look
is it.
at earlier today. The Nigerian Governors Forum, put out a statement, and according to them, because people were saying that they had all these things and they were just hoarding it, and they basically didn't want to share it out. And what they said was that they noted that Nigerians, we must be careful not to damage ourselves by pushing the wrong narrative, and they said they are doing their very best under the circumstances to ameliorate the needs of the teeming population. And also, according to them, the governors noted that no state has been involved in or has hoarded any palliative, and they describe it as erroneous, the impression in the public domain that the palliatives were hoarded following instructions by the state governors, adding that they stand for justice, improved governance, and a progressive Nigeria. So, the widespread, misinformation that is out there that is saying that these governors are the ones that hoarded the palliative, they are coming out to say that no, they did not do that. That you're laughing. So what do you think about this statement I just read?
I really should I just say I should respond? But seriously, do you think we actually owe the palliative without the government?
That's
State
the
government,
question.
because let's just say, okay, you've given it to the local governments, they should share. And people are complaining that there's no food. I think you have the right to question those people that you gave it to. That why are these people not getting food? Why are these people still complaining that they've not gotten the palliatives? Okay, let's just say that they said it's short. Maybe that's why they've not been able to get the notice and they've not been able to, understand what happened. Let's just put it at that. But if it's actually been long, like many Nigerians actually believe, that we are still complaining about this. No. It's not possible for the government not to be aware that it's been there.
The same thing to also happened to the Bar of Lagos, where his house was looted, and then they packed out COVID-19. I saw that video where people were actually giving bag of rice to other people.
The swimming pool.
Yeah, and another issue too is the fact that as a result of people trying to get these palliatives, there are issues of stampede.
Yeah.
Just what I'm saying, like, okay, I saw on the papers this morning or so, like 4 persons died in Kogi while trying to get COVID-19 palliative. So issues of, let me quickly go pick my own before anything will happen.
Yeah.
Just what I'm saying. And then somebody runs in, and then you are trying to fight a mammoth crowd just to get your own palliative.
Yeah.
4 persons died. And I saw in another place, again, another center where the COVID-19 palliative was being looted to. One person died too.
Yeah,
So, there's issues of, okay, I'm trying to get my own national cake, according to some people. And also issues of, okay, while you're trying to get these things, are you sure you're not going to be getting yourself killed? These are the questions that,
But this just showed that there's hunger in the land.
There's hunger.
That's
Somebody that you are hungry already, you just believe, let me go and get my own. You don't want to consider the risks in getting that thing. You just want to get food. That's just what is
What
in
makes
your
people
mind.
sell their votes?
Yeah.
Is it not hunger?
It's
They sell.
hunger
So these people that
for
sell their
food.
votes sell their right, and you think they won't fight to get
get the
food.
food.
Let's forget about it. If you have food, you and I know that if people have food, there will be no crowding, no rowdiness in these people. We are saying, okay, Nigerians are greedy. Let's say Nigerians are greedy. Are you telling me that the whole people, the whole persons that are in that place, everybody that is there, are you telling me everybody will go there even though they have food at home? No, now, because we know that, okay, when I go there, there'll be crowd there. Personally, if you want to go to the ATM to withdraw money, when you see people there, you move away.
Yeah.
I'll come back to get the money. People are there. So
All
that's
right.
what
Because it's
happens.
your money.
If the governors have said that they do not there was no intention of holding any palliative, then we have no other options than to leave what they've said.
Yeah.
So but we leave the rest of the conversations to you guys there, and let us know what you think about the whole palliative sharing by some persons. Let us know. Of course, till we come your way next time, because I remain Precious Chukudi, and I have my co-host with me,
Agnes Joy Oloko,
and my other co-host. Thank you guys for watching. See you next time.
Our food plenty there,
plenty. Food plenty.
Our food plenty for there.
A warehouse of 600 feet by 600 feet, full of COVID-19 products, was discovered today. Look at people struggling to pass. This incident has been going on since 7 a.m. As I speak with you, sources say the warehouse has not gone off. Palliative that were supposed to be given to people during the COVID-19 period was hidden away in a warehouse, and Nigerians were dying of hunger and starvation. Look at this man struggling to survive.
Yes, can you imagine?
Look at him. Something that is supposed to be brought to his home.
This thing for the past 2 hours.
Look at it.
It is still full.
You mean?
It's fully loaded. The warehouse is fully loaded.
Can you imagine?
Nigeria has more than enough. Nigeria has more than enough.
The Navy has collected their own. The armies have put their truck, collected their own. Immigration, custom, last man. And the warehouse has not gone half. The warehouse has not gone half. The warehouse has not gone half. Palliative for the poor, stored away. This is October 21st, 2020. Palliatives that were supposed to be shared in May were stored away. Some of the products are even expired. Look at how people are struggling.
They are not expired though. 2021.
No, some of, you see.
Never expired. 2021.
You see, people are struggling. You see. Look at it.
I saw another way I'll see there for Ikeja. Another one for Ikeja. Lagos State.
Look at it. Not for sale. Not for sale. They stored it. Look at it. Not for sale. They stored it. Wait. Let me see the pack. Now see. Look at it. COVID-19. Not for sale.